All right, so welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be kind of cracking open the section of Zane's Skyscraper.
Okay.
And it's juicy stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the week leading up to the annual Christmas party at Wolfe Industries.
Right.
This like super high-end black-owned car company.
Mm-hmm.
Buckle up, because Zane just drops us right into this world of like simmering office romance and hidden desires and like some serious class clashes.
Oh, it's so interesting, too, how Zane weaves together these characters that come from, like, totally different worlds.
Yeah.
Like, we've got mailroom clerks that are, like, yearning for a taste of the good life.
Right.
Ambitious secretaries playing a dangerous game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the enigmatic CEO, Tamales Wolfe himself.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with Chico.
Okay.
So he's this young guy stuck in the mailroom with his buddies Razor and Maciel.
Yeah.
And they seem like a fun crew, just making the best of a pretty mundane job.
Right.
But Chico's clearly got like bigger dreams, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And those dreams are fueled by this kind of simmering discontent.
Yeah.
Like, he's got this strained relationship with his very religious mother.
Okay.
And you just kind of get the sense that he's just longing for a life that's far more exciting than just sorting mail.
And then bam, enter Zetta Wolfe.
Yeah.
The CEO's wife.
Talk about an unexpected twist.
Talk about it.
Zetta is fascinating.
Yeah.
She's known for her infidelity,
Right.
and her proposition to Chico is like a game changer.
Yeah.
It's not just about this like forbidden encounter.
Right.
It throws a spotlight on the power dynamics at play.
Yeah.
Here's this young man from a working class background.
Right.
Suddenly he's presented with this chance to step into a world of privilege.
It makes you wonder, though, like,
Yeah.
is Chica really tempted by Zetta herself?
Right.
Or is it like the allure of what she represents?
Exactly.
That like glimpse into a life he could only dream of.
That's a great question.
Right.
And it speaks to those larger themes that Zane explores,
Mm-hmm.
like ambition, social mobility, and the price of upward movement.
Right.
Chico's decision to accept Zetta's advances
Mm-hmm.
isn't just about, like, lust.
Yeah.
It's about yearning for something more.
It's almost like a modern day Cinderella story,
Yeah,
but with this much darker, more complex edge.
exactly.
Speaking of ambition,
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about Anastasia.
Okay.
So she is a secretary at Wolfe Industries.
Right.
But she's got this side hustle going on with her friend Shakia
Mhm.
as entertainment consultants.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
entertainment consultants
Right.
working out of this mysterious penthouse.
Yeah.
I'm definitely intrigued.
Let's just say it caters to a very elite, very wealthy clientele.
Okay,
Anastasia sees this as her stepping stone to a life of luxury,
right.
and she's laser focused on Tamales Wolfe.
Whoa, so she's not just aiming for a promotion.
Nope.
She's setting her sights on the CEO himself.
Yeah.
That's bold.
Bold.
Do you think she has a real shot?
Well, she's already hinted at a plan to seduce him at the upcoming Christmas party.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anastasia's a master manipulator,
Right.
very aware of the power she wields,
Yeah.
even as a secretary in this very male-dominated world.
It's a really interesting point. Like, we
Yeah.
see these, like, different forms of ambition playing out.
Yeah.
Chico's is almost reactive,
Right.
driven by circumstance and opportunity.
Right.
But Anastasia's feels calculated,
Yeah.
almost predatory.
Absolutely.
And it makes you wonder if their differing approaches to ambition will lead to different outcomes.
Right.
Are they both playing with fire, or is one of them more likely to get burned?
Exactly.
Now let's switch gears and talk about the man at the center of it all.
Okay.
Tamales Wolfe.
Yeah.
He built Wolfe Industries from scratch.
Right.
So he's clearly a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
But you get the sense there's more to him than just business success, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tamales is a man haunted by his past.
Right.
He's achieved incredible success.
Yeah.
But he's still shaped by his parents' struggles.
Okay.
And it makes his unwavering loyalty to his old friend Baron even more interesting.
Mm.
It's like he's clinging to that genuine connection in a world that feels increasingly transactional.
But he seems to struggle to connect with his own kids,
Right.
Heather and Jonah.
Yeah.
They're both dealing with their own issues. But Tamales seems almost emotionally distant.
It raises the question, like,
Yeah.
what's the cost of building an empire?
Right.
Has Tamales' relentless pursuit of success come at the expense of his personal life?
Right.
And will he face a reckoning as his family starts to unravel?
This Christmas party feels like it's going to be a major turning point for him.
Yeah.
Maybe even for all of them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
You have all these like simmering desires. hidden resentments
Right.
and clashing ambitions,
Yeah.
all about to erupt under this guise of festive cheer.
Right.
Zane is brilliant at setting the stage for explosive confrontations.
Before we dive into the Christmas party itself,
Okay.
I want to make sure we talk about Diana.
Yeah.
She's Bradford Haynes's executive assistant
Right.
and a single mother of twin boys.
Mm.
She seems to be carrying a lot on her shoulders.
Diana is a study in resilience.
Yeah.
She's navigating a workplace that often feels hostile,
right.
facing constant unwanted advances from male coworkers.
Yeah.
And you get the sense that she's constantly battling to be taken seriously.
And yet she's not just surviving.
Yeah.
She's actively pushing back.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's secretly recording conversations with her boss.
Oh, wow.
Which suggests there's something deeper going on.
Yeah.
Maybe even a harassment situation.
It adds another layer to the power dynamics at play.
Right.
Diana isn't just trying to climb the corporate ladder.
Right.
She's fighting for her own safety and respect.
Yeah.
And it makes her quiet strength all the more compelling.
Yeah.
It almost feels like Diana is playing a double game.
Right.
Like on the surface, she's the picture of professionalism, but underneath, she's gathering evidence, preparing to strike.
Right. It makes you wonder, like, what's her breaking point going to be?
Right.
Will it be like a specific incident with Bradford, or is it just going to be like the cumulative effect of all these microaggressions and the subtle sexism she faces every day?
Exactly.
And then, like, how does her potential romance with Edmund fit into all of this?
Yep.
He's clearly smitten with her.
Yeah.
But she seems hesitant, almost as if, like, a relationship with someone beneath her social status is a risk she can't afford.
Yeah, it's another example of how Zane brilliantly weaves social commentary into her storytelling.
Right.
Diana is navigating a world where a woman's worth is often tied to her proximity to power and wealth.
Yeah.
A relationship with Edmund, while genuinely appealing, could threaten that precarious balance she's created for herself.
It's like she's constantly having to calculate the cost of every decision, not just for herself, but for her sons as well. That's a heavy burden to carry.
Absolutely, and it highlights the different ways these characters experience and navigate ambition.
Yeah.
For Chico, it's about seizing an opportunity that falls into his lap.
Right.
For Anastasia, it's about strategically maneuvering her way into a position of power.
Mm-hmm.
But for Diana, ambition is almost a form of self-preservation.
Yeah.
A way to protect herself and her sons from a system that often feels rigged against them.
Speaking of systems, I think it's really interesting how Zane uses the Wolfe Industries Christmas party as this microcosm of the larger social dynamics at play.
Yeah.
You have all these characters from different social strata coming together under one roof.
Right.
And their interactions are bound to be explosive.
Oh, it's a pressure cooker of class tensions and hidden desires and simmering resentments.
Right.
The Christmas party becomes this symbolic space where the facade of polite society starts to crumble.
Yeah.
And the characters' true motivations are revealed.
I'm particularly curious to see how Chico's encounter with Zeta plays out. He's already feeling the weight of that secret.
Yeah.
And the Christmas party could be where it all comes crashing down.
It's a ticking time bomb. Especially considering Tamales' reputation for ruthlessness.
Right.
If he discovers what happened, the consequences for Chico could be devastating.
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder if Zeta might use the chaos of the party to her advantage.
Right.
Perhaps manipulating the situation to protect herself and expose other hypocrisies within the company.
She's definitely a wild card.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling she's not afraid to shake things up.
And that's what makes this story so compelling.
Right.
Zane isn't just telling a tale of office intrigue.
Yeah.
She's using these characters and their choices to dissect the complexities of power, ambition, and desire in a world where the rules often seem arbitrary and unfair.
So as we head towards the climax of this section of the novel, the Christmas party itself, what are some of the key questions you think Zane is setting up for the reader?
Well, on a surface level, there's the obvious.
Right.
Will Chico's secret be exposed?
Yeah.
Will Anastasia succeed in seducing Tamales?
Right.
Will Diana finally confront Bradford?
Yeah.
But I think Zane is asking us to consider something deeper as well.
Okay.
What are the true costs of ambition?
Right.
Can we ever really escape the constraints of our social class?
Yeah.
And what happens when our desire for something more collides with the harsh realities of the world we live in.
That's what I love about a good deep dive like this.
Yeah.
It's not just about summarizing the plot. It's about unpacking the layers of meaning and exploring the larger questions that the author is grappling with.
Exactly. And in the case of Skyscraper, Zane has crafted a story that's both entertaining and thought-provoking.
Right.
Forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the society we inhabit.
Yeah, it feels like Zane is setting us up for like a powder keg moment.
Right.
The Christmas party is this ticking time bomb, and it's only a matter of time before something explodes.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that it's not just the plot that's built in tension. It's like the deeper thematic elements, too.
You're right. It's almost as if each character's individual story is like a microcosm of these broader societal issues.
Right.
Chico's grappling with the allure of wealth and the risk of social climbing.
Yeah.
Anastasia is using her sexuality as a weapon to break through the glass ceiling. And Diana's fighting for her dignity and respect in a system that constantly tries to diminish her.
And then you have Tamales at the top, this seemingly untouchable figure who's built this empire.
Right.
But even he seems trapped by his own success.
Yeah.
Unable to fully connect with the people closest to him.
It's a reminder that success doesn't always equate to happiness or fulfillment.
Right.
In fact, it can sometimes be a barrier to those very things.
Yeah.
Tamales' story is a cautionary tale about what can happen when we prioritize ambition above all else.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Skyscraper, what do you think Zane wants us to take away from this story? What's the message she's trying to convey?
I think Zane is asking us to examine our own values and desires.
Right.
What compromises are we willing to make in pursuit of our goals?
Yeah.
How do we navigate the complexities of power and ambition without losing sight of our humanity?
Right.
And ultimately, what does it truly mean to succeed in a world that often rewards ruthlessness and conformity?
It's a lot to chew on.
Yeah.
But that's what makes this novel so powerful.
Right.
It's not just a light escapist read.
Yeah.
It's a story that stays with you long after you've finished the last page.
And I think the setting of the Christmas party is key to that. It's this time of year that's supposed to be about joy and togetherness.
Right.
But Zane subverts those expectations, revealing the hidden tensions and anxieties that simmer beneath the surface of even the most festive gatherings.
It's like she's saying that even in the midst of celebration, we can't escape the realities of who we are and the choices we make.
Exactly. And that's a message that resonates deeply regardless of your background or social status.
Yeah.
We all have our own skyscrapers to climb, our own ambitions to wrestle with.
Right.
And our own moral compromises to navigate.
Yeah.
Zane's novel simply holds up a mirror to those challenges,
right,
forcing us to confront them head on.
So for our listeners who are ready to embark on this journey, what's one thing you tell them to look out for as they delve into Skyscraper?
Pay attention to the symbolism Zane uses.
Okay.
It's subtle, but incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
The skyscraper itself,
right,
the luxurious cars, the Christmas party setting.
Yeah.
They all hold deeper meanings that illuminate the themes of the novel.
That's a great tip.
Thanks.
And I think it's important to remember that this is just a glimpse into a much larger, more complex story.
Right.
Zane has created a world rich with detail and nuance.
Yeah.
And the only way to fully appreciate it is to dive in and experience it for yourself.
So to our listeners, I leave you with this. What are you willing to climb for?
Mm-hmm.
And what price are you willing to pay to reach the top?
Yeah.
Explore those questions as you journey through Zane's Skyscraper.
Right.
You won't be disappointed.
Until our next deep dive, happy reading.